And welcome to the property maintenance section on the Dodd-Frank Act test prep course. We're actually doing a series of webinars on this, and so we'll be looking at various property maintenance things that housing counselors really need to know when it comes to protecting the home when we're working with clients. So we'll be taking a look at various things throughout this. And in this first section, we're just going to go through some general information about property maintenance. Again, something that you should know. When the national test is released, there will be 6 different sections. One of those sections is on property maintenance. Housing counselors across the country know a lot about when it comes to foreclosure prevention, when it comes to knowing ratios, and when it comes to actually finding out affordability for people. But HUD is saying that one of the things that we need to know as well to inform consumers and potential homeowners is property maintenance. So this is something that we all need to know more about. We're going to be looking at various things throughout these sections. There's 5 different sections. In this first section, will be just basically it's an overview of understanding property maintenance. Later sections will be on lead, lead-based paint, radon in the home, asbestos in the home, and lastly, home energy audits. For this first section, we're just basically covering property maintenance and understanding property maintenance itself. Homeowners need to learn 3 separate terms, and housing counselors need to be very familiar with these terms as well. These terms are used interchangeably when it comes to home maintenance, but they really are 3 separate issues. First, we have maintenance, and then repairs, and then improvements. So we're going to break those down in just a moment, but you need to become aware of these 3 areas because they are different. It's important to understand the difference between the 3 when preparing to teach clients about property maintenance. Let's talk about the first one of the 3, and that is maintenance itself. And these are tasks that a homeowner needs to perform on an ongoing basis in order to preserve the home. As this picture shows, it's just something often as simple as cleaning out the gutters, or it can be replacing furnace filters. It's even changing the batteries in the smoke detector. These are just maintenance items that need to be done from time to time. It's changing or cleaning out, the lint trap in dryers. It is going through the home and just checking to make sure that there's nothing needs to be sealed, no cracks around windows, that windows open and close easily. So sometimes it's as simple as using some common household oil to on windows to help them to go up and down. This is maintenance. These are the maintenance issues because these are things that must be done from time to time throughout the home. If maintenance issues aren't done, then it leads to problems. And the problems typically then turn into repairs. The less maintenance that's done, the more repairs that have to be done. So it's very important that these maintenance items are completed with your clients. Repairs is the next step in the chain. So you have home maintenance, and then you have repairs. Repairs can be very simple. They can also be extremely complicated. Home repairs involves the diagnosis and resolution of problems in the home. And many types of repairs, and a big bunch of them, are mostly do-it-yourself projects. However, some are extremely complicated, time-consuming, or risky, and they require the assistance of a qualified professional. So things such as just simply replacing an aerator on a faucet, and that's the thing that makes the bubbles come out, if you will, makes the water that comes out of your sink. It actually has the little bubbles in it when you turn it on. So what that does, and it actually, it's real easy to replace. You can just simply screw one of those off and on, It may be as simple as replacing a cover to a light switch that's been broken, or it may be, once again, as simple as just a small crack in the wall that you're going to use a little plaster on. Some of the more complicated repairs that need to be done throughout the home involve electrical and plumbing issues, as well as heating and air conditioning. And basically, there's a lot of information on the internet that can help you to learn how to do these types of things, but it will fall to two areas. One will be the comfort level of the homeowner on performing these tasks, and secondly, is it something that requires professional information, someone that has been trained on it, such as working on a furnace or a hot water heater. Those are kind of items that typically require professionals to get involved. Home improvement is best defined as the following: in addition to or alteration, conversion, improvement, modernization, remodeling of a building that is used as a residence or structure adjacent to the building, or an improvement to land adjacent to the building. So first we talked about home maintenance or maintenance of a home. Then we moved into repairs. And so this is the improvement section. This is when you're actually either adding on to your home or doing something that will upgrade the value of the home, or just replace things in the home that it's time to replace because they've exceeded their lifespan. So it could be something like upgrading a kitchen to new cabinets, or as complicated as adding on to the home. So improvements are the third part in this chain. Homeowners need to be familiar with systems of the home. When home inspectors look at a home, that's what they look at. Time takes a toll on a home, and if not properly maintained, basically a home will deteriorate around the owner. If a home is left to the elements, all structures will eventually be destroyed over time. We've all seen old barns or pictures of barns, or even homes that have been foreclosed upon and have sat vacant for a number of years, and those homes begin just to deteriorate and fall in on themselves. Proper maintenance can prolong the life of a home and protect the investment of the homeowner. So it's very important that homeowners really take the time to be aware of the systems of their home. And let's look at that. We're going to explore property maintenance by looking at two areas. We're going to understand the different systems of the home and seasonal maintenance and upkeep of the home. We'll talk about seasonal maintenance near the end, but upkeep of the home is something we need to really think about. To best understand the different systems of a home, it will help to look at how a home is built. Because once again, this is how a home inspector looks at a home. Systems must be maintained in the same way a home is built, and the different systems are installed. So as you can see on this diagram, there are different systems of the home. The roof itself is a separate system, the venting system, electrical and plumbing systems, framing, foundation, the exterior of the home, and lastly, the heating and air conditioning, which is referred to as HVAC. Starting with the foundation of the home, as the name foundation indicates, the foundation is the base and supporting structure of a home. This is the first part of the home that is built. And if the home has foundation problems, the repairs can be costly. It can be thousands of dollars to fix a repair in the foundation of a home. So it's very important that homeowners really take time to go around and look at the foundation of their home from time to time, just to make sure there are no cracks or major problems in that foundation. Basically, the foundation sets in a hole in the ground. Earth is excavated and a place is made to build the home. A home built on a slab has the least amount of earth removal, while a home built on a crawl space or a basement has much more earth removed. The more earth that is removed, the more water can actually work its way into the home from the ground. Water is the #1 enemy of the home. We need to really recognize that and be aware of that. Without it, the home will collapse. There must be a certain amount of moisture in the home or in the air to keep that home from deteriorating. But too much water in the home causes all sorts of problems, such as mold and, once again, wood rot and a foundation problem. In areas of the country that are more dry, such as the desert areas, Arizona, Texas, places like that, you're going to find that the problem isn't because too much moisture in the home, it's just the opposite, it's a lack thereof. The home itself has a love-hate relationship with water. Too much water, too much moisture in the air, too much moisture in the home causes mold. It can draw termites and carpenter ants, can cause wood rot, and basically will destroy that home. On the opposite scale, not enough moisture can destroy a home as well. In, again, in dry areas, such as, again, Nevada, Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, Florida, places like that, homeowners really need to oftentimes soak the foundation of the home from time to time just to make sure that that concrete does not dry out and become brittle. An easy way to do that is just simply use a soaker hose, so that many hardware stores, or most hardware stores, or larger department stores, you can get those, put it around the foundation of the home, and just let that run in the morning or evening, not very long, but just enough to get some moisture into that concrete. In your manual, in your information that's been provided to you with this course, there's some preventative maintenance tips for foundation. So you're going to want to look at those. I'm going to just pull that up to show you what that looks like. That's what it looks like in your manual. Basically, it's a section in there that talks about tips that homeowners can use. This will be a nice handout that you could use, create, and give to your clients when they purchase their home. It talks about different things, such as simple as keeping wood debris away from the foundation. Also, like in areas of high moisture, keep water away from the home. In areas of low moisture, to water the foundation. So on and so forth. There's some really good information on there. Let's go back to where we were with the webinar. Just wanted to show you that so you can see that. The exterior of the home is the next system, and again, we talk about systems of the home. The exterior of the home may be made out of many different materials that we know of. So there can be brick and concrete, or wood, or vinyl, or even aluminum siding. But as the picture shows, maintenance needs to be done from time to time on these to make sure that there's no problem. Homeowners can perform important maintenance activities to the exterior of the home to protect their investment. When it comes to painted surfaces, as it shows here, just repainting and caulking. It may, in areas such as that where there's siding, it may again be caulking, and some, especially the paintable siding, may need to be painted. But in most cases, it's maintenance-free siding, as they call it, but that does not mean that it is 100% maintenance-free. What that means is you're still going to have to check that to make sure there's no gaps or cracks where water can come in or pests can come in. So on painted surfaces, again, we need to repaint those. Stained surfaces, so if it's like a stained wood, those need to be restained from time to time. Exterior mildew growing on a home needs to be treated to kill that mold and that mildew. Sometimes it's a simple bleach water solution. Hardware stores sell even a little stronger chemical to kill those that will last a little bit longer. Gutters and downspouts need to be cleaned and make sure that the downspout is pulling water away from the foundation and not back toward the house. And then trees and shrubs need to be cleared back from the home so they're not rubbing against the home, not rubbing against the roof, creating problems there, or that their root system isn't getting into the home as well. So the roof is the next section we're going to look at of the home, and you can see a picture here that shows the roof broken down. When you're building a home, you begin by with the roof section. You build the roof rafters or trusses. Those are typically in most homes made out of wood. They're, again, usually engineered truss. So you have the wood, and then on top of that you have what's called the decking. In most cases, that's a 4x8 sheet of plywood or particle board that is laid down on top of the rafters. Then the underlayment, which is a paper-type material that is put on before those shingles are put on. And again, that last section is the shingle, which may come in, they may be asphalt, they may be tile, they can be various different types of material. So as you can see, that water would have difficulty working its way through, but it still can, because water is going to try to get in any way it can. So there's a picture of a chimney there. So water can actually pool behind that chimney and then start to work its way down into through those different layers of the roof. Also, excessive leaves on a roof, especially caught in an area behind a chimney or something like that, can draw moisture, can hold moisture, and then that moisture will eventually seep its way down through the roofing into the home. So inspecting that roof in the spring and the fall is something that every homeowner should do. A good time to do this is when you're cleaning your gutters. So in the spring and the fall, when you are cleaning gutters, it's a great time to actually take a look at that roof and make sure it's in good shape. What you want to look for are missing or damaged or curling shingles and any other signs of wear and tear. Discoloration on the roof as well is often a sign that there's a moisture problem. It's often easy and inexpensive to replace one or two shingles or hire somebody to do that for you. So this isn't really a major expense. But where it gets to be a major expense is if that's left alone and those shingles are not replaced, then you're going to run into a very costly repair when the water does work its way into the home, into the living area, and will create all sorts of havoc and problems. You also want the homeowner to check for signs of fungus or algae growing on the roof. And if the roof is starting to collect moss or algae, there's zinc or lead control strips that you can put on there that will actually help with that. Your larger home maintenance stores can really help you with those kind of things. And so you can just talk to them or talk to roofing specialists in your area. You want to make sure that flashing is sure and solid around the outside of the home. If not, remove all the old caulk and scrub that area clean before you reseal it. Seal any cracked mortar or caulking around joints and chimneys if it appears to be deteriorating. Once again, around chimneys, it's the #1 place where water is going to try to come in. If you see any signs of leakage, like dark spots on the ceiling or mold or dampness in your attic, you want to take action immediately. Roof leaks get worse, not better, over time. It's better to spend a few dollars on roof maintenance rather than a lot on a big repair. Replacing a roof is thousands of dollars, in some cases tens of thousands of dollars. So you want to make sure that your homeowners know about this, especially those that we work with, our lower income homeowners, so that they can really be prepared for this so they don't get hit with an expense that they cannot deal with. Two other concerns when it comes to the roof, especially in cold winter areas, is too much snow debris on the home, or too much leaf debris or limb debris on the home as well. In areas of high cold weather, where it's really cold and you get a lot of snow, you're going to want to rake that snow off the roof. Too much snow on the roof will just have too much weight on that roof. the roof is designed to hold shingles and a little bit of snow or rain, but is not designed to hold 2, 3, 4 feet of snow. That's a lot of weight on that roof, and it's very important that the homeowner is made aware that they need to get that snow off the roof. It's very simple to pull it off. Department stores, home maintenance stores, they offer or they sell roof rakes, or you can just use rakes, leaf rakes as well. But they actually have snow rakes that have really long handles, as you see on this panel here, on the screen here, so that you can reach up, pull that down, and get that snow to fall off your roof. The next thing we're going to look at is vents in the vent system of the home. And you can see the pictures here. There's roof vents, there's attic vents, and there's foundation vents. And you're going to definitely want to have your homeowners take a look at those and to make sure those are cleared out and there is no debris blocking that, because air must get in and out so the home can breathe. So a homeowner needs to make sure roof and foundation vents are clear of debris. In areas that experience extreme cold, homeowners may need to close off those foundation vents to help keep water pipes from freezing in the crawl space. But they're going to want to open those back up in the spring. Otherwise, then too much moisture will begin to accumulate in the crawl space areas, therefore creating problems with mold and other issues. I'm not going to spend much time on this section. In your manual, there's 2 systems that describe. There's some really good information. I'm going to encourage you to read through that. That talk about the plumbing system and the electrical system. But basically, with the plumbing system, the homeowner is going to be looking for leaks and repairing those as soon as they see them. So look in your manual that was provided with this course, so you can learn more about the plumbing system and the electrical system of the home. Read through that, and you'll be able to know a lot more about that. Just want to talk briefly about the heating and air conditioning, known as HVAC. The heating and air conditioning in a home are the 2 greatest energy costs of home ownership. So therefore, if you have a furnace or an air conditioning unit that's not running efficiently, it's going to cost the homeowner a lot more. By keeping the furnace and air conditioned units maintained, the homeowner can truly keep the energy cost of the home as low as possible. In your material, we provided a preventative maintenance checklist. So that's, again, something you might want to share with your client. Take a look at that, read through that. It's some material that you're going to want to know about. The framing itself is basically the skeleton of the home. As you can see here, the picture, it looks almost like a skeleton, if you will. So it is actually what's built, the second piece that's built of a home. First, you build the foundation, whether that be a crawl space, a basement, or on a slab. And then the wood is foundation, or the wood framing, then is built on top of that. In most cases, almost most of the homes built in the United States, the framing is going to be wood. In some cases, it may be metal. Some areas use metal framing. It was popular, especially a few years ago. It's not as popular as it was, but it can be used, and it can actually last a lot longer than wood. So, but in most cases, most of our homeowners are going to be buying homes that have wood frames. The framing skeleton can easily be compromised by both water and wood-destroying insects because, again, this is just simply wood. And left to itself, that wood is going to just deteriorate. That's why it must be covered over and sealed. So we're going to be looking as homeowners, we want to make sure that water is not getting in any way, shape, or form, because as you know, wood easily rots. Most homes' framing skeleton is made of wood. The wood can be compromised when exposed to too much moisture, as I said before. Water or roof leaks that come through the inside walls of a home can cause the wood to warp, rot, and may also create a harbor for mold to thrive. Also, wood-destroying insects are a huge problem throughout the country. Wood-destroying insects such as carpenter ants and termites are also drawn to wet wood framing. So when that wood gets damp on the inside of the wall, it's easier for the termites and the carpenter ants to chew through that. It's basically tenderized, if you will, and so they can actually, termites eat the wood, and carpenter ants drill through it, if you will, to have places to live. So if the wood is wet, it just makes it easier for them to do their job. The picture on the right, the top picture is actually termite, and the picture below is wood damage caused by wood-destroying insects. Because the homeowner cannot see into the walls, damage can occur unnoticed. The homeowners need to walk around the inside of their home looking for signs of ants and termites damage. So just, again, go along the baseboards and just tap those just to make sure they're not soft in any way, shape, or form. The frame itself, periodically the homeowner needs to inspect the interior walls of the home and look for signs of moisture, such as water stains on the interior walls. Also, the homeowner should check for mold or fungus growing on the back corners of seldom used closets. Years ago, I was a home inspector, and I cannot tell you the number of times when being a home inspector when I would open closets up and pull things out that there was mold in the back of closets because they don't get much air. I've even found mushrooms growing in the back of closets. So you're going to want to, if you have closets in your home that you don't get into very often, you're going to want to open those up, take the stuff that's on the floor of that closet and clear that out, and let that air out every once in a while. Make your homeowners aware of this as well, your client. There's also a sign of excessive moisture in the walls by those stains. So they're going to want to look at that as well. If moisture damage in the wall is suspected, the homeowner is wise to enlist a professional contractor or home inspector to ascertain if this is truly the case and take the necessary steps to remedy the situation. It could be a large problem that has occurred, but hopefully it would just be the beginning stages and they can get to it early. The last section that we're going to be talking about is seasonal home maintenance. In your course material, there's a handout on seasonal home maintenance. I'll show you what that looks like. I have that right here. And so this is it. It's the seasonal home maintenance schedule. That is in your material. It's, again, a good handout you can use for your client. It goes through and tells you what you should be doing at various times of the year to protect your home. So once again, use that with your homeowners, with your potential home buyers, or with those that have already bought homes. This checklist is also in your book, and it's just a little simple thing that you can use, a little bit more colorful, if you will, that you can hand out as well to your clients. So that's the end of section 2.1. Hopefully this has been informative, and check out the other sections, and thank you very much for attending.